Hello, it's Matt from GAK and we're looking at the next line of the new Boss products. Now we've already reviewed the GP10, the MIDI guitar synthesizer. Now this is the GT-001. This is the new unit, it's a desktop unit, so at heart the GT-100 amp and effects processor. Designed to kind of sit on your desk, and it can be used as an audio interface. It can be used as a standalone unit, and there's a lot of different options. First of all, in terms of output, so you can run this into the effects loop of an amp if you're just going to use, say, modulations and delays. You can run it into the front end. You can run it straight into a mixing desk. You've got USB for recording. You even got XLR on the side here for microphones, so you've got mic pre's in here as well. Now this is the kind of all-in-one solution for guitar recording, because it allows you to plug your guitar in and you can then send and fire audio over USB, and then you can kind of reamp as well, so you can record something dry, you can send the audio back through, and then you can change the amp sound, you can change the effects. And once again, like the GP10 that we've looked at in a previous video, this has got a PC and Mac editor. So you can plug in via USB and then you can edit everything via that, which we'll also show in this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in, I'm just going to run through some of the patches, and then I'm going to run through the editor and run through about how to edit patches as well. On the front panel, you've got your 5 controls which relate to what you've got here on the screen. You've got 4 favourites, A, B, C and D. You've then just got stereo output, headphones. You can go into this and straight into headphones if you just want to use it for practice, so it's a really handy tool for that as well. You've then also got guitar in, auxiliary input, control input or expression pedals, so you can set expression pedals for kind of whammy and wire effects, and as I said, you've got the XLR in there as well. All powered off a standard 9 volt. It's a really small, lightweight unit, obviously really sturdy, Boss quality. So let's plug it in and let's go through some of the sounds. it's Matt here from GAK, and after introducing the GT-001, here we are with the screen capture of the GT-001 editor. Now what I'm going to be doing, everything you hear is guitar straight into the GT-001 and then straight into a Mac. So the GT-001 is our interface, and we're running into Ableton, and we're using a Gibson SG with a Damatio and a bare knuckle in it. And basically everything you'll hear will be me editing on here, and the kind of sounds that we can get from it as well. And to just give you a rough overview of what this can do, just like I did on the GP10. And this is obviously just as involved, because this is guitar editing and, you know, amp modelling. So, you know, if we play the guitar here, we're on just a, if we just go to clean sustain, that's just our clean sound. Now first of all, we've got a tuner on here, so we can tune up. So first of all, what you've got here on the sides is all your presets. Everything from really distorted, let's have a look here. We go to high gain stack, changes on the GT-001. I've got gain on the screen, so I shift that, it moves on here as well. So you've got real-time editing, you know, when you're creating sounds. And if we go down here onto the side, we can scroll down. We've got a whole load of stuff. So we've got some. Let's have a look. So that's just a few of the ideas of the kind of, you know, the stuff that you've got in here. You've got a ton of presets already built in, including down here some vocal presets and some presets for acoustic. Because there is a mic preamp in there, you can use it very good for a lot of, you know, for microphones and for vocal recording. So it's a nice portable solution for that sort of thing as well. We've got a rhythm setting here. So if we take, say, something like that as our main sound, this up here is your main sort of recording. So what we've got here is you've got effects, compressor, pedals, overdrives, amps, EQs, noise gates, and then you've got two channels. So as we switch here on the channels, you can see that we're actually switching here and here, and we can do that by clicking as well. So say for example, we want to add in an effect straight away. We can click here, click on the effect, and then we've got some of these sort of effects we've got in here. So we can pick, say, for example, a tremolo. Turn it on. We can edit the rate, the depth, the overall level. And there's some quick settings here that have already been preset, and you can save some of your own as well. So we can just go to and then you can do that right along the chain. So if you want to say, for example, change your amp, you can click on the little amp here, and we've got a whole load of stuff to choose from. So for example, we can go for a rectifier. We'll just leave the reverb on. Then we can add, for example, a delay. We can edit that. So there's, once again, there's some quick settings here. So analog delay. Or you can, change delay time, change the feedback. There's some great sounds in here, including things like the Terra Echo, that's now available as one of their new pedals. We've got reverse delay. So there's some really cool sounds in there. Now you can actually set, because if you click here on control expression, you can assign the expression pedal to do whatever you want. So you can actually go inside and you can set a multitude of different expression pedals, control pedals, things like the FS6. You can use them to turn on and off different things, like for example wah, turning off delay. So you can use it on the floor if you're using it in a recording situation. You want to be able to turn things on and off. You can do that just by plugging the expression pedal and setting it on here. You've also got a side view of it as well. And then you've got the kind of effects view here, which is, I actually prefer this view because it kind of gives you more like an actual unit that you're editing. And then you can actually, then save 2 different amp types or 2 different channels of each one. And then you can actually mix them in. You've got volume control, chorus, so there's a whole range of stuff that you can do. And then if you want, you can just clear that. And then you can start again and we can pick something else. So it's a really nice, simple to use editor. Now you've also got the play control here, so you can import your own MP3s. You can then speed them up, change the pitch, change the volume, so it's great for playing along. And then if you go down here to system, this is the entire system menu that's in the GT-001 as well. So you can actually change what the 2 different knobs do, as well as the 2 outer ones. So you can set those to do whatever you want. USB control here, MIDI settings. This has actually got Guitar 2 MIDI, so you can actually use it to control MIDI synths in mono. So for example, any plugins that you've got, you can use it to control that. You can see here, Guitar to MIDI. You can set that there. Along with the Tone Central, so if we click on that, that takes you to Boss's Tone Central. That's where you can download artist presets. You can add different sounds that Boss have created. You can then download to your own GT-001. You've then got a librarian, so you can import your own live set. So if you're using it live and you're just going up and down through a load of sets, presets, you can use that as well. And if we go back to the editor, you've got phantom power as well, which is really nice. And you can change your different inputs, guitar, mic, adjust the levels. So, and then with your outputs, you can select your different output selects. So if you're not just going line in, you're going, for example, into a JC120, or you're going into the effects loop, so the return of something like a combo, it adjusts the preamp to kind of compensate for what you're plugging into. So there's a few of the sounds on here. I'm going to cut in with a few of the presets as well. We'll just go through a couple. So you've got things like the Terra Echo lead. And there you get some nice, stereo effects. So it's nice for that. Ducking delay. And there's an absolute ton of stuff that you can add in, extra effects. So we've got phaser. Including a very, very cool step phaser. We can then save that preset, we can write it, and you can come back to it at a later date. But that's just a brief overview of what you can do in that. And then obviously if you say, for example, are using recording like Logic or Ableton, you can then go back and forth, you can then reamp with this as well. So it's really handy for kind of reamping, sending through the audio and then editing on the fly, so you can create the perfect sound.